dia!
So, we're here to talk about
IPL, Instituto de Preparação de Líderes,
which is leadership training for
ABU people. So it's students from all over Brazil who meet for 3 weeks to have leadership training.
Yeah. And if it still doesn't make sense for you yet, we have the 3 most important things that you need to know about IPL. One. First of all, if you didn't know, Brazil is huge.
Huge! If we try to compare with Norway, you can fit 22 Norways into one Brazil.
Which means that in IPL you're gonna meet a lot of different people from all over Brazil.
Which means different dialects.
Different humors.
But as all Brazilians are awesome, you will learn to love them very much.
Because they're amazing.
Number 2. So one of the things that's really great about IPL is that you truly get a chance to get closer to God. And why is that?
Well, because every day we have worship, we have Bible study groups, and we have reflection times.
And also, every IPL, one of the things they do is that they study one specific book of the Bible, which is really cool because you get to go really deep in the Word of God.
Yeah, and this is the bread of life. Number 3. I have a bad hair day, so...
Jungle taco.
Yeah, I feel like... So, one of the highlights about IPL is that we have something called Parte Pratica.
Which really is a practical period where we go out in the different churches and communities to serve. And then we prepare by praying and prepare activities. And it's really great because you come very close as a team.
And you you really get to use what you've learned. So this is learning by doing.
And doing by learning.
Yes.
So now we've talked a bit about IPL in general, but now we're really excited to talk about our IPL.
From the heart.
Place.
So this year's IPL was in Manaus, in Amazonas.
And that meant that it was really hot, like 40 degrees and very humid.
Yeah, and also the camp we were at was in the jungle, which meant no air conditioning.
And water and electricity came and went, so some mornings we woke up and there was no water to shower.
And in the nighttime we want to go to the bathroom and there's no light, only...
a scorpion.
Or snakes, casual as that.
But there are some upsides. For instance, nobody had to worry about ironing their clothes because of 2 minutes of sun and sweat, the clothes had ironed themselves.
And also, if you don't have time to shower, doesn't matter, nobody would tell. Because say if you showered after 2 minutes, you're all sweaty and smelly anyway.
Why waste the time?
Yeah, and water.
Jungle taco. So, how was everyday life? Let's take a look in Taco's IPL bag.
Woohoo! In here I have the survival kit of IPL in Manaus this year. So the most important thing, the first thing is repellente. Super important. This has been the perfume of the whole stay. This protects you from every mosquitoes, insects. Super important. The second thing is sunscreen. Why?
Because it's really hot, you don't want to get burned. It's Manaus, remember.
Yes. And the third thing, very important, is repellente again.
Ooh.
Because this had to be passed on every 2 hours or more.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. And also, again, sunscreen. Because although the sun wasn't shining, we needed this. The most important survival kit of all.
Of course,
the Book of Life. This has been in the bag all the time. Not always in the bag. I had to open it, read it, and get really study God's words. Yes. Yeah.
Every 2 hours. Okay, now while it's still up here, let's talk about the book that we studied at our IPL.
We studied Revelation!
So, Revelation was actually a very good book to study because it can be really confusing with all the symbols and a lot of things that's hard to understand.
Yeah.
So be able to talk about it, to get teaching about it, and also to learn how to apply it in our lives was really cool.
Yeah. For me, before IPL, before we actually studied the book, I was afraid of Revelation because I saw it as some kind of zombie apocalypse. the end of the world with dragons and fire and all those things. But after IPL, after actually studying the book, I loved it, and it's amazing.
And it's also really great to just see how Revelation shows us how great God is.
Yeah, and how holy and how big He is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So, if you have any questions about Revelation, just comment on the page.
And we will answer.
For the practical part, we were on 2 different groups.
Yeah.
And my group were working in a church, and what really struck me was that the pastor had cancelled all the activities and created 4 new services just for us on Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And all the church members came every single day, and some of them had like 1 hour to travel. And also at the end, all the church members came up to us and gave us a hug. And it was just really amazing how we were met by that church.
With my group, we went to a church called Quadrangula, and then together we went to visit this very poor community. And the special thing about this community is that it's a very small one, but all the garbages from the whole Manaus gets down there when it rains and when the flood comes. So it was heartbreaking to see their living condition and how they were living their everyday life. But here's the good thing about the practical part, because then you get to see the community in a whole different way, you get to serve the church in a whole new different way, and it does something with you, and which is really great.
So, when you are at the camp for 3 weeks together, you really get to know people.
Oh, they were so amazing. All of the people in IPL, you're all amazing, and we get some really close friends with people.
And we already miss you. Some of the things we did was talking, having fun, playing games, bathing in the lake. And we also learned something very cool.
Which is
Forró!
Forró!
A Brazilian dance!
Yes, I love Forró. Now, everywhere we go, we're like, we know Forró.
Yeah, so now we feel like we're special Brazilians.
Yeah, we're more like Brazilians now. Thank you, Gigi. So now, hopefully, you've had some insight of our IPL experience.
We've experienced so many things, learned so many things.
Yeah, and we've gotten so close with some people that will stay forever in our hearts.
And we've improved our Portuguese. And because I know many people would be mad if I didn't bring it, here's something also that I learned from the Brazilians. Here's to the Brazilian girls. Não sou pirata, mas eu acabei de encontrar tesouro. Se você fosse sonho, eu... Hey, it wasn't that bad.
So, ciao!